Hey, all you Minties, this is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and join me today as we talk about what exactly is this X of Swords oversized hardcover coming out from Marvel, or is it 10 of Swords? Let's find out together. Welcome back, everybody. This episode is sponsored by Marvel Comics, so thank you to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for sending us advance notice of the content and all the pictures, the dust jackets, and some of the interior artwork we're going to be looking at in here. So many of you have asked me, what exactly is X of Swords? What is the hardcover? What is exactly going to be covered in the hardcover? When does it come out? So I have all of that information here. We're going to be talking about the content, looking at both of the covers, not just the front cover, but the entire dust jacket. We're going to be looking at all that. That is really cool. And of course, there's a direct market variant and a standard edition. So go ahead and hit that like button. Please, helps with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. This is where you get your Marvel Collected Editions breaking news. Now, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, how am I going to do this? Because I really want to showcase these covers. All right, let's showcase the standard edition cover. So this right here, what just popped up in front of me, is the standard edition cover. This one is drawn by Pepe Larraz. And as you can tell, it's got the same trade dress that the Dawn of X trade paperbacks have, as far as the type of lettering they're using, the actual design of the book, the spine. I really like this. And we also include the flaps. On the back flap, you have the creators, and then in the front flap, you have a little bit of the synopsis as to what this is. What is X of Swords? So now let's look at some of the interior artwork and some of the promotional art that's going to be collected inside of this oversized hardcover while we talk about the content and what exactly it is. So X of Swords is collecting X of Swords Creation, Stasis, Destruction, X-Men 12 through 15. I'll put the content down here like I normally do. Excalibur 13 through 15, Marauders 13 through 15, X-Force 13 through 14, New Mutants 13, Wolverine 6 and 7, Cable 5 and 6, Hellions 5 and 6, and X-Factor number 4. 648 pages. So that is a big page bump than when it was originally supposed to be released this year in 2020. I think it was like 400 and something pages. So they've added material in here, and you've got stories from Jonathan Hickman, Tini Howard, Vida Ayala, Benjamin Percy, Ed Brisson. You have artwork from Pepe Larraz, R.B. Silva, Lionel Francis Yu, Joshua Cassara, and Mahmoud Asrar. Now, what exactly is X of Swords? I keep calling it X of Swords, but I think anybody that's read it, just a little bit of a spoiler, it's really 10 of Swords, right? So this is the first crossover during the time of the Dawn of X. Let's go ahead and look at this direct market cover. So this is the direct market cover. I'm going to put it on top of me as I talk a little bit about the story without giving any spoilers away, of course. This is the Mark Brooks cover. As you can tell, it's a little bit different than the standard edition cover. Specifically, the artwork, it's going over the spine into the back cover. And the front flap doesn't have any blurb. It just has the actual picture of all the characters. And you can probably tell there's more than 10 swords in there. Now, this is what I call a red herring. Not all these characters are part of the 10, nor do these swords actually take part of the story. But what is the story? Well, that's the thing. So let's come back to me, because I feel really weird talking behind the cover and show some more of this art, or just show some of the covers. So practically the idea behind 10 of Swords was started by Tini Howard in the pages of Excalibur, and then Jonathan Hickman, and both of them decided to make it a huge event. And the idea is that during this time, the mutants are living on Krakoa. All of our mutant characters, like Professor X and the X-Men, are all hanging out in Krakoa, the island that was first introduced in the pages of Giant Size X-Men number 1, the Living Mutant Island. Now, there was the idea that Krakoa was not the only island to be around, the only mutant island. There was another island by the name of Arakko, and Arakko has his own set of mutants. and they want to come into our world using the other world. So of course Saturnine and Roma all play a big role. They're characters from Excalibur, the original Excalibur and the new Excalibur. And there is a trial by combat. That's what they're calling it, where the Araki, those are the mutants named, that's what they call themselves in Araco, have to fight 10 of our swords here in Krakoa, in the Marvel 616 universe, because they want to take over our world, and in order to do that, they have to win this tournament. And that's practically it. So some of the story is the gathering of the swords, what characters are going to be carrying the sword, and, you know, without spoiling really much of anything, there has been a character that has always had the soul sword, and that is, of course, Magic. So that is one of your mutant characters from our 616 universe that will stand up against some of these characters. Now, these characters also from Araco have ties to Apocalypse, and all of that is kind of explained in that X-Men issue that's included in here, the Prelude, issue number 12. So I'm glad that they included that in here. And then through the one shot, you get to find out exactly what's going on. And then each issue, everybody has their own agenda and their own task to go and gather these swords. And of course, they throw in the Hellions in there. And that is an awesome task because they just kind of throw them in there to go and have some fun in Araco and try to put an end to this madness in their own way, all led by Mr. Sinister. And if you haven't been reading that title is freaking amazing. But that's pretty much what 10 of Swords is, or X of Swords. Call it whatever you want to, but I'm pretty sure it's 10 of Swords. So if you've not read it, let me know in the comments down below if you're picking it up in this oversized format. Now, this book comes out in the direct market on January 20th, 2021, and a couple of weeks later in the book market. But that is both covers and some of the internal pages and the content of this particular oversized hardcover. It is the very first oversized hardcover that we have in the Dawn of X era. And I'm sure I'm going to be getting 100 questions. When are the Dawn of X Omniboo and oversized hardcovers coming? I don't know. Just letting you know ahead of time. But thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you do have any more questions. If you want me to do a review of the book when it actually comes in and actually get an in-depth spoiler review, if you want me to do that, let me know in those comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and ring that bell for notifications to let you know when our videos are going live. Thank you again to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for giving us all of this information to put it together for this video for you all. And that's it. This was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you all for watching. Remember, everybody, please stay healthy, stay safe out there, and much love.